Welcome to another peaceful journey through the corridors of time. Tonight on The Very Boring Historian, we travel back over 4,000 years to ancient Mesopotamia to join the patient star watchers who spent their nights recording the slow, eternal dance of celestial bodies on clay tablets. Let the vast quietude of the night sky and the gentle rhythm of ancient observations guide you into peaceful rest. Picture yourself standing atop a towering ziggurat in the city of Babylon. Around 600 BCE, the sun has long since set, and the desert air carries a coolness that will deepen as the night progresses. Above you stretches an expanse of stars more brilliant than any modern observer can imagine, unmarred by the glow of electric lights. The Milky Way flows like a river of light across the dome of heaven, and in this pristine darkness, the planets shine with steady, unwavering light. Here, in this elevated sanctuary dedicated to the god Marduk, stands Nabu Rimani, a master astronomer whose weathered hands have recorded thousands of celestial observations. His name will be remembered for millennia, inscribed on tablets that speak of his patient devotion to understanding the heavens. Tonight, like every clear night for the past 30 years, he climbs the stone steps to his observation platform, carrying with him the tools of his ancient craft: fresh clay tablets, a reed stylus, and the accumulated wisdom of generations. The preparation for a night of observation begins long before the first star appears. Nabu Rimani moves with the deliberate pace of one who understands that celestial mechanics cannot be rushed. He arranges his clay tablets on a small wooden table, each one carefully smoothed and prepared during the daylight hours. The clay is still soft enough to receive the precise cuneiform impressions that will record this night's observations, but firm enough that the marks will hold their shape through the gentle process of air drying. As twilight deepens into true darkness, the astronomer begins his nightly ritual of orientation. He faces east toward the horizon where the sun rose this morning, and slowly turns his gaze across the familiar constellations. The Mesopotamians divided the sky into three great paths: the way of Anu in the center, flanked by the way of Enlil to the north, and the way of Ea to the south. Each constellation has its season, its proper place in the eternal rotation of the heavens, and Nabu Rimani greets them like old friends returning home. Tonight's primary focus is the planet Nebo, which we know as Mercury, named after Nabu Rimani's patron deity of writing and wisdom. For weeks, the planet has been invisible, lost in the sun's glare, but careful calculations suggest it should reappear as a morning star within the next few days. The astronomer settles into his watching position, knowing that patience is the greatest virtue of his profession. Hours may pass before the planet reveals itself, if indeed it appears at all tonight. The process of observation in ancient Mesopotamia was unlike the mechanical precision of modern astronomy. These star watchers relied entirely on their naked eyes, trained through years of practice to detect the subtlest changes in brightness, position, and color. Nabu Rimani's eyes have been conditioned by decades of night watching. He can distinguish between stars that differ by mere degrees in brightness. Notice when a planet has shifted its position by the width of a finger held at arm's length, and detect the slight reddish tinge that sometimes colors Mars during its opposition. As the night deepens, the astronomer begins recording the positions of the visible planets. Tonight, Ishtar, whom we call Venus, shines brilliantly in the western sky, following the sun toward the horizon. Using his reed stylus, Nabu Ramani carefully impresses cuneiform symbols into the soft clay, recording not just the planet's position relative to nearby stars, but also its brightness, its color, and any unusual characteristics he might observe. Each mark is made with deliberate precision, for these tablets will be consulted by future astronomers, and accuracy is paramount. The cuneiform writing system, with its wedge-shaped marks, seems perfectly suited to astronomical record-keeping. Each symbol can convey multiple layers of meaning: the planet's name, its position in the zodiac, the date according to both lunar and solar calendars, and numerical values that track its movement across the star field. The process of writing is meditative in itself. The soft pressure of reed against clay, the gentle sound of the stylus moving across the tablet's surface, the careful formation of each wedge and line creates its own rhythm that complements the eternal wheeling of the stars overhead. Nabu Ramani's observations are part of a tradition that stretches back through countless generations. The tablets he consults contain records begun by his teachers, who learned from their teachers, creating an unbroken chain of celestial observation that spans centuries. Some of the planetary cycles being tracked require more than a human lifetime to complete, making this continuity of observation essential. The astronomer sees himself not as an individual observer, but as one link in an eternal chain of watchers, each adding their careful observations to humanity's growing understanding of celestial mechanics. The temperature continues to drop as the night progresses, and Nabu Ramani pulls his woolen cloak closer around his shoulders. The desert night can be surprisingly cold, but the astronomer has learned to dress appropriately for long hours of motionless observation. He sips occasionally from a cup of warm, watered wine, careful not to drink enough to cloud his judgment or steady his hand, but enough to maintain warmth in the cooling air. Around midnight, the constellation we know as Leo rises in the east, and with it comes the moment Nabu Ramani has been waiting for. Just above the horizon, barely visible in the glow of approaching dawn, appears the faint gleam of Mercury. The planet has returned to visibility after its inferior conjunction, beginning a new cycle of observation that will be tracked meticulously over the coming weeks. The astronomer's pulse quickens slightly, but his movements remain calm and measured as he reaches for a fresh tablet to begin recording this significant event. The reappearance of a planet after a period of invisibility was considered an event of great importance in Mesopotamian astronomy. These heliacal risings and settings were connected not only to the calendar and agricultural seasons, but also to the complex system of omens and portents that guided royal decision-making. Nabu Ramani records not just the planetary position, but also the atmospheric conditions, the clarity of the observation, and any other celestial phenomena visible at the same time. As he works, the astronomer is aware that his observations contribute to several different types of records. The daily diary tablets record the basic facts of planetary positions, lunar phases, and weather conditions. The more sophisticated astronomical texts track the complex cycles that allow prediction of future planetary positions and lunar eclipses. Most remarkably, some tablets contain what we would recognize as mathematical models, using arithmetic progressions and geometric relationships to predict celestial events with remarkable accuracy. The mathematical sophistication of Mesopotamian astronomy developed gradually over centuries of careful observation. By Nabu-Ramani's time, astronomers had identified the Saros cycle of eclipses, lasting about 18 years and 11 days, which allowed them to predict when and where eclipses would occur. They had also developed detailed models of planetary motion that could predict the positions of Venus and Mars with impressive accuracy. These achievements required not just careful observation, but also the development of sophisticated mathematical techniques for analyzing vast amounts of data recorded on thousands of clay tablets. The ziggurat around Nabu-Ramani remains quiet except for the soft sounds of night, the distant call of an owl, the gentle whisper of wind across the stone steps, and the barely audible scratch of his stylus against clay. Occasionally, a shooting star blazes across the sky, and the astronomer pauses in his writing to watch its brief flight. These meteors, called flying stars in the cuneiform texts, are carefully noted along with their direction, brightness, and duration. Every celestial phenomenon, no matter how brief or seemingly insignificant, has its place in the great record of heaven's movements. The work requires extraordinary patience and dedication. Planetary observations must continue night after night, month after month, year after year, to reveal the slow cycles that govern celestial mechanics. Mars, for example, follows a complex path that includes periodic reversals of direction, requiring nearly 2 years to complete one synodic cycle. Jupiter's movements are even more stately, taking almost 12 years to complete one circuit of the zodiac. Only through generations of continuous observation could the patterns become clear enough to predict future planetary positions. As the eastern horizon begins to show the first faint glow of approaching dawn, Nabu-Ramani prepares to conclude his night's observations. The brightening sky will soon wash out all but the most brilliant celestial objects, bringing the observation session to its natural end. He carefully reviews the tablets he has filled during the night, checking his cuneiform symbols for accuracy and completeness. Each tablet will be dated according to the regnal year of the current king, the month according to the lunar calendar, and the day according to both lunar and solar reckonings. The astronomer's final task of the night is to update the long-term tracking charts that follow each planet's position through the zodiac. These charts, maintained on specially prepared tablets, show the slow progression of planetary positions over months and years. By plotting these positions, patterns emerge that reveal the underlying mathematical relationships governing planetary motion. The process is painstaking and requires absolute accuracy, for errors compound over time and can render predictions worthless. Before descending from the ziggurat, Nabu Ramani takes one last look at the lightening sky. Venus still shines brilliantly in the west, though its light is beginning to fade against the approaching dawn. The crescent moon, just 3 days past new, hangs low in the eastern sky, like a silver ship sailing toward the sun. These familiar sights have greeted human observers for countless millennia, and will continue long after the astronomer's own observations have been absorbed into the great stream of human knowledge. The descent from the observation platform is made carefully, for the stone steps can be treacherous in the dim light of early dawn. Nabu Ramani carries his precious tablets with special care, knowing that they contain information that may not be duplicated for days or weeks. The loss of even a single night's observations would create gaps in the continuous record that has been maintained for generations. Each tablet represents hours of patient work and contains data that may prove crucial for future predictions. In his study chamber within the temple complex, the astronomer begins the process of transcribing his rough field notes onto more permanent tablets. This secondary recording allows for corrections, additions, and cross-references with earlier observations. The process is methodical and unhurried, carried out in the growing light of morning. The scratching of reed on clay continues, accompanied now by the distant sounds of the city awakening. Merchants setting up their stalls, bakers lighting their ovens, and the gentle lowing of cattle being led to pasture. The tradition that Nabu Ramani represents would continue for centuries, eventually culminating in the sophisticated mathematical astronomy of the Seleucid period. The patient observations recorded on countless clay tablets would provide the foundation for Greek astronomy, which in turn would influence Islamic and European traditions. The star watchers of Mesopotamia, working with nothing but careful eyes and infinite patience, laid the groundwork for our modern understanding of planetary motion and celestial mechanics. As you settle into sleep tonight, perhaps you can imagine yourself on that ancient ziggurat, surrounded by the vast silence of the desert night and the patient turning of the star-filled sky. Let the rhythm of cuneiform writing, the gentle scratch of reed on clay, and the eternal dance of planets carry you into peaceful dreams. The star watchers of Mesopotamia understood something we sometimes forget in our hurried age, that the greatest discoveries come to those who are willing to watch and wait, to observe with patience and to record with care the slow, majestic movements of the cosmos above.